Hi guys, Pierce here. Today I'm going to review the 2022 LEGO Star Wars Snowtrooper Battle Pack. The set comes with 105 pieces and retails for about 25 Canadian dollars. So in American dollars, that's roughly a little bit over $20. This set comes with 4 main components. Of course, you got the minifigures here for your army. You got an E-Web cannon, a speeder bike, and snow cover. So I'll get into it, and we'll first focus on the minifigures. Here we have the main minifigure of the set, the Snowtrooper. This is a really nice minifigure. You have a printed legs, printed torso, and each Snowtrooper comes with a unique head, different colored flesh head, brown, black, white, and different genders included. I'll just bring all the heads here. Alright, you can see nice printing. As standard with most LEGO minifigures, you absolutely have no side printing. You do have a nice back, and the helmet is has printed visors. That's very nice, so you don't have to rely on the black head effect to create that black visor. The front is well textured, covers a lot more space to reflect the movie version more accurately. So this is a really nice minifigure. I don't think there's a major improvement to the next previous version of this minifigure, but if you compare it to an older version like the 2012 Snowtrooper, there's a huge improvement. The older version has a much more simpler look. This also relies on the black visor effect, a black minifigure head to create a black visor effect, as seen here. So that's a huge win. Again, the older minifigure has no leg printing compared to the new one, and the new one has better torso printing. However, one thing I missed from the old Snowtrooper is that this old version has a backpack already with the helmet, and it gives the minifigure extra texture. But otherwise, the Snowtrooper is a solid minifigure. So that's the Snowtrooper. So some other things to note is that actually each minifigure in this set can actually be outfitted with different weapons. The set provides different loadouts. So one of the Snowtroopers is equipped with a sniper rifle, basically your standard rifle with a candlestick on the front. And this type of design came from the 501st Battle Pack. So we got a sniper here. Mainly you got carbines with your normal Snowtroopers, and the Scout Trooper has a simple pistol, but mainly you want him to ride the speeder bike. So so moving on to the Scout Trooper. This version is actually, I believe, exclusive to this set. This is the Hoth variant, and as you can see, instead of black markings on the one you see in Endor, you have one with gray markings. So this is something special about the set with the exclusivity. Comparing to the previous version of this minifigure, the Endor version, I believe the minifigure is very similar in design, just with gray markings, but I'm really impressed. The amount of leg printing here is just astonishing. It's just really good with the torso printing, the matching arm colors, the back printing, and side helmet printing, front helmet printing on a whole new level compared to your older Scout Trooper. The next so if you got a Scout Trooper like that's maybe 2019, 2018. Maybe not too much of a jump, but to look at an evolutionary standpoint over many years, we got like a 2012 Scout Trooper, and look how far they jumped. So you look at a 2012 Scout Trooper, and this thing looks so cartoony compared to this thing. Like the chest plate is they actually put in the details to really create that bulge, while this one is more 2D, and this one doesn't even have leg printing or even back printing at all, not even to mention helmet printing. And again, you have an actual head underneath, whereas this one requires the black visor effect to do the trick. And yeah, that's a really good thing about this minifigure. Helmet is a big improvement. I don't have any other Scout Troopers to compare, but it's somewhat similar to this Kashyyyk Trooper. So yeah, another thing to note is that it's very interesting. It's really good that Lego has moved away from the mad clone face, something that you would see on all the clones with their mad angry clone face. That thing used to be a really huge problem that annoyed a lot of people, because every single trooper had that same face. Now we actually have different minifigures with different faces. You got different genders, different people from different ethnicities that can really flesh out your army. It's a really nice diversity step that Lego took. It's really good. Even with the clone troopers though, yeah, you expect every clone trooper to be a basis off Jango Fett. They have different expressions, so that's a really good direction Lego's taking. So yeah, Scout Trooper, this is a really good minifigure, one of the best highlights of the set. And yeah, let's move on to the builds. Okay, so here we have the builds. Pretty nice, but let's be honest, guys. We don't really buy these battle packs for the builds. We buy them for the minifigures most of the time. But there is some good parts of this set for the builds. But let's get into it. I'll talk about that later. We have the cover right here, snow cover. Really nice mixture of texture between the rocks and the snow. At the back, you have a holster for an electro binocular. And yeah, it serves as a really good cover for snowtroopers to hide in. I'll show you here. Really nice. Oop, got a casualty. You can mount your E-web here, used for good cover. Adds texture to the battlefield diorama if you're making one. Or if you have an artillery piece of your own design, you can put it looking out diagonally from this shelf, and it looks really, really nice. Yeah, simple cover, simply effective. Moving on, we have the E-web. Nice, simple design. In my opinion, it's just there to get the job done of creating an E-web. Aesthetically, it's okay. I've seen much better. You have the older E-web from 2012. This one actually has a power pack, which the other one doesn't. So it's definitely not winning on the aesthetics department here. This older version looks a lot more accurate. But this one has focuses more on playability. You have the new stud shooter here, a lot more powerful. Instead of placing the stud in this position as older versions, you put the stud sideways into the barrel. It's very powerful. Press this button down here to fire. Flew across my room. In terms of possible bricks to get, even if you disassemble it, the legs are made out of blasters, so you have more blasters for your Lego army. This thing can rotate 360 degrees, but it lacks depression or elevation, so you ain't gonna shoot down any aircraft anytime soon. But yeah, this is the E-web in this set, just gets the job done. Moving on, we got the speeder bike. In my opinion, the best part of this set. And there's some really key factors of why people buy the set in this single thing too, along with the minifigures. If you know, the UCS AT-AT recently just launched out this year. That thing has an exact version of the speeder bike, and the racks to support it. So you have the UCS AT-AT, and it has so many troop compartments and like a storage rack for speeder bikes. It has one speeder bike, and the idea is that you can buy multiple of these battle packs and then stack them into the AT-AT. It really fleshes out the set and improves the experience overall. So that is one major reason to get this set. But overall, like, I just really like this speeder. It's different. Like, the speeders I've seen so far resemble something like this. It's a very generic design. Like, you can see something different with like the Republic clone speeders. They all look similar. They have the same similar construction, like a certain shape, and like a lot of the speeders, they like using this piece. It just makes them kind of boring. This one actually has a detailed intake, small blaster cannon right underneath here, and actually has the pedals for the driver, brick built backpack and all that stuff. Everything's more brick built, more compact, just different, something that I really want. There is some things to note that about the speeder, some cons, but it's kind of small. When you want to mount your Scout Trooper onto the speeder bike, you should probably adjust the angle of his legs to fit into the speeder bike to lean him forward. If you mount him standing, which you could do, it'll look awkward. Because the older speeder bikes, they have that angle, so it's much more easier to like put them in straight and then adjust them later. But when you mount a Scout Trooper onto this speeder bike, you should probably change his legs first. Otherwise, it's really good. Not a lot of space down here to mount him, but that's alright. The back has a bad tendency of easily breaking off, but that's okay. And yeah, that's my view of the builds. Really nice. The speeder bike was a really good idea on Lego's end, so I have to give props for them for that. So yeah, let's move on to the general overview of the set and my final verdicts. Okay, so looking at the set, I have to say it's a really good, well-balanced set. You have minifigures that actually you want to build an army with the Snowtroopers and the Scout Troopers. So it's a good job for Lego for the minifigure selection. Very appropriate for army building compared to the previous ones from previous years, which like to mismatch minifigures in a way that you can only get like one or two of them per battle pack, which was very inefficient. This is now very efficient for the minifigure choice. In terms of builds, it's okay. It's alright. Well, in the battle pack, the builds are kind of funny and kiddish, but they're okay. Except for the speeder. The speeder really adds stuff because you can actually add this to your UCS AT-AT, or it's really good by itself. It's just different. It looks a lot more accurate, and it just feels a lot more nice. It really matches well with your Scout Trooper. So that's a really good part of the set. Price. This is where things start to fall apart, in my opinion. So for 25 Canadian dollars, it's starting to get expensive. Like, okay, like during this time with all the pandemic and all this, the events that are going on, it does make sense for the price to go up, including inflation. Otherwise, like it's pretty obvious that Lego has been raising up their prices slowly with all the battle packs year after year, from like $15 back in like 2010, $17, $18, $20, and then now 25 Canadian dollars. Yeah, it's getting expensive. Inflation, events, yeah, it's to be expected, to a certain degree. The problem comes when you try to buy a lot of these for a battle pack. Like for me individually, I'm kind of just buying this as a one-off. But to really think about like buying 4 of these and how quick the price can easily go up to $100, and it's just hard to it's just becoming harder to see how you can build a huge number of Snowtroopers in your army with that high of a price. It just makes army building a lot more expensive and not as viable as it used to be, in my opinion. I'm not really sure that trend is still going on, but yeah, that's my opinion on that. If you have the AT-AT, that thing costs a lot of money. This set will go really well with the AT-AT. It's really designed to be fitting like to complement the AT-AT. Thinking about it, I guess if you can afford the AT-AT, you probably have some pocket change to basically burn on a few of these. I've seen Man Productions try to fill up his AT-AT with all these battle packs. Fun idea, but the price adds up real fast. Optimally, if I were to do something like that, in my opinion, I'd probably buy 2 and 3 battle packs if I supposedly had the money, just to fill up the speeder bikes rack up onto the AT-AT. I think there's just so many seats on that UCS AT-AT that if you want to do something like that, it's just gonna just drain so much money. Like I can't really see practically beyond buying 2 or 3 battle packs of this to complement the AT-AT. It just feels that the price just goes way far too up to like literally try to do something like that. But I guess if you have the money, you could spend the money. But this set is really designed for that AT-AT. Standalone, it's okay. I think you get what you're paying for. It's a really nice set. You get really decent minifigures. And yeah, it just works. It just does its job. And it's at a semi-pricey, reasonable price, in my opinion. So that's my opinion on this set. In my opinion, I think it'd be really nice to see if you can get this on sale. If you're trying to buy this on a one-off basis. I have no idea how to buy these things en masse for like cheap, but like on a sale or something, you can probably do that. But I guess if you're trying to also army build, try to get this cheap, because the prices of like $25 adds up real fast if you're trying to build a lot of these. But overall, it's a pretty decent set. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Decent set. And yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, thank you for watching.